Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Prwell'Z here. I'm back with another Wi-Fi battle. We post wins, losers, draws. And before we get started, I just want to say that this was a pretty long battle, so I did the best to edit this battle. And also, like and subscribe, and show me some love. There's going to be a question middle of the video, at the end of the video. With that being said, let's get started, guys. Let's go.
Сука, не поверила, что мне 16. Да, это Москва, и мы умеем отрываться. Мы умеем делать звук, мы умеем делать так.
Let's get started. So I got a battle against Andreas. So he's gonna lead off with the Metagross, and I'm gonna go into my Crobat. Come out here, man. Count Ventula. And the 1, then the 2. And so here I'm like, okay, this is a really bad matchup for me, so we're gonna get the heck up out of here, and we're gonna go for a U-turn and smack this thing right in his X face, and that does no damage, and we're gonna get out of there. So I'm like, okay, who could take a Zen headbutt from this thing? So I do go out to my Hippowdon, and we come out here, hungry hippo, and we're gonna start spitting some sand everywhere. So we're gonna set up the sand stream, all that grand stuff, and here the Metagross do go for the Zen headbutt, and this Zen headbutt does good damage. I like that damage right there. This is especially defensive Hippowdon, so that's why he's not taking physical attacks well, but we do have our little bitten apple, and we're gonna eat some of that. So here I decided to just go for the stealth rocks, get very stealthy, you know what I mean, playing Splinter Cell with my boy Hippowdon, and he actually has stealth rocks of his own, so we're just gonna trade off rocks, which is fine, you know what I mean, because I could just get rid of them later. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna eat some more leftovers here, and I'm like, all right, we still have the matchup here. So yeah, I decided to just go for the raw, because I know that this Metagross is gonna switch out here, and he does. And right now he goes right back, he goes into this fortress, this metallic Pokeball, and he is gonna get some stealth rock damage, and here I'm gonna just start yelling my my hippo off, and we're gonna switch out. And every time when I go for the raw, it's always the Pokemon I don't want, man. It's always the Pokemon I don't want. Now Suicune comes out here, and I'm like, okay, this is a bad matchup for me. So we're gonna eat some leftovers, you know what I mean, have a little turkey dinner with some chocolate lava cake. I just had that from Domino's. Stuff is good, man. Shout out to Domino's. And I'm here. I decided to switch out and go into my Venusaur, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take Skull for days, or Hydro Pump, whatever this thing wanna go for, Surf. So we come out here shining, glistening, and you see my Venusaur's bum. Dang, my guy, he's been doing his squats. I see you, Venusaur. Keep on doing your thing, baby. And yeah, Suicune is gonna throw some acid at us, and we eat that up, you know what I mean. And we're gonna get smacked by the stealth rocks. So I do have some poop with me, and we're gonna get some sludge. So here I decided to just go for the sleep powder, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch out. So he does, and here he goes into Metagross again. I'm like, okay, perfect, because I just want to put something to sleep. So Metagross gets smacked with some stealth rock damage, and I mean, we're gonna put some powder on this thing's face, and this is one sleepy Metagross. So I'm like, okay, excuse me, I'm gonna have to switch out here, and yeah, I decided to just go into my I believe my Hippowdon, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, we come out here, man, giant teeth and all, and we're gonna set up the sand again. So I'm not really worried about Hippowdon getting hit with the stealth rocks, because like I said, you know what I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know, it's a ground type, it's not really doing that much damage. So here he actually makes a double switch, like a beautiful play, and he goes into Fortress. So I'm gonna eat some leftovers here, and here I'm like, okay, I might as well just start going for the Earthquake, get some damage off this thing, because Fortress can be really annoying. So yeah, so here I decided to just go for the Earthquake, and we do go for the Earthquake, and that does all right damage, you know what I mean. So I'm assuming that this is probably a physically defensive Fortress. I mean, I don't really have that many EVs on my Hippowdon special attack power, but anyways, this thing does go for a rapid spin, man. Spin all the stones out of my field, like unbelievable. So I'm like, all right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna eat some leftovers and all that grand stuff. And here I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to switch out here because we have to try to get rid of this thing. And I don't really know how. I can use my infinite, but we're gonna get hit with the stealth rock damage, and that's gonna take out our stash. So that's not good. That's not good at all. So I decided to go into my Crobat so we can start defogging everything. And here this thing goes for freaking spikes, stones, Legos all over the ground. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. And we're gonna get smacked by the sand. Like, dang, come on, man. And can we get a break? So, Fortress gonna get some leftovers in here. I'm like, you know what? Let's go for the defog. You know what I mean? Stop fogging everything. So we're gonna do that little shake right there. You see that little shake that Crobat did? Awesome. And we're gonna get the stones and the spikes out of our field. Awesome. So here at the Fortress go for Volt Switch, and I'm like, okay, splendid. So who is he gonna go into? I'm pretty sure it's probably Metagross again, and he does. I'm like, okay, it's fine because Metagross is sleepy, so you know we could just U-turn out of there and get the matchup going. So here, like I said, we're gonna get up out of here with the U-turn and yeah, and get rid of this Emerald. So what I like about U-turn is that it's doing some type of damage. So I'm like, it's not doing a lot of damage, but it's getting some good chip damage. So I'm happy with that. And I'm here. I decided to go into my long neck electric dragon thingy. You know what I mean? Need 4 people to choke him. And here, this thing, Metagross, is going to catch some more Z's. So I'm like, okay, the sandstorm is going to subside, so I'm happy with that. We're not getting no damage. And here, I decided just to go for the Reflect, because I'm pretty sure I'm able to take at least 1 Earthquake from this thing. And it's still sleeping, so I'm really happy with that. And we're able to go for the Reflect. So I'm like, all right, this thing's probably going to wake up this turn, so I'm just going to go for a Thunder. And he does wake up for... He does wake up this turn, and he goes for the Stealth Rock. So I'm like, all right, then, whatever. We're going to have to defog them later. But I do go for the Thunder, connect, and it does heaps to this Metagross. And we get a crit. Let's go, man. And down goes Metagross. Metagross is a huge threat. So Metagross is down now, and now he goes out to the Gardevoir. So Gardevoir is going to get the Tracian, and is going to copy the static, which is fine. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go for the light screen because Gardevoir is normally like a special attacker. So Gardevoir do go for the Moonblast, and that does pretty good damage. But we are max HP, max special defense, if I'm not mistaken. So here, I decided just to get the light screen off because I know that it's not going to do as much damage as the first one did. So I'm like, no, let's go for the Thunder Wave. You know what I mean? Turn this thing to... cripple this thing, and here this thing gonna go for a Moonblast. I'm like, all right, that's splendid, bruh. That's splendid, my bro. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna hit this thing with a Thunder Wave. So now here, this is a crazy play. So here we actually do a double switch, and here he switches out, and he go out to Fortress again. And this Fortress has been kind of annoying this match, but yeah, and I'm gonna switch out my my Ampharos, and I'm gonna go to the Venusaur. Come out here, man. Good buns, you know what I mean? You gotta make OnlyFans, my boy Venusaur. And anyway, we're gonna come out shining and glistening, and we are gonna get hit with some Stealth Rock damage. So we're gonna eat some Black Sludge, and here the Fortress is gonna eat some leftovers. So we're just having a little feast here, and here I'm like, all right. This is a bad matchup for me, but I'm pretty sure I could put this thing to sleep. I know that some Fortress have Overcoat, mine does, but almost all of Fortress tend to carry sturdy. So I'm able to put this thing to sleep. So we're gonna eat some more sludge here, and this thing's gonna eat some leftovers. So I know that Sludge Bomb isn't gonna do anything to this thing, and Giga Drain is poop damage. So here I decided to switch out and go into my boy, my guy, Blastoise, and come out here, man. 2 cannons, you know what I mean? The tank, and come out here, cool, man. So here the Fortress is gonna stay asleep, and I'm really happy with that. And it's gonna eat some leftovers. You know how we get down Pokemon mechanics. And here I'm like, all right, this is the perfect time for me to go for the Cell Smash. So I do go for the Shell Smash here to start stripping, you know what I mean? Letting them know what it is. You know, my Blastoise and Venusaur, OnlyFans, you know what I mean? Check it out. And we're going to get the attack and special attack raise, you know what I mean? Awesome, splendid. And we are going to get the White Herb, you know what I mean? So we could... So we're looking a lot more better. And here, this thing is still sleeping. So I'm like, let's go, man. So I'm like, all right. Now it's time to start doing some lot of damage to this thing. So here, I decided to just go for the Surf. And Judging by the damage I did, I'm assuming that this is a max HP, max special defense fortress because it doesn't take it out. I'm like, what gives, man? A +2 special attack from a mild Blastoise. Come on, man. And this fortress is gonna just detonate itself, and that's gonna do heaps of damage to me, but it's fine because at the end of the day, my Blastoise level is still bossy, even with a hindering nature. So now he goes out into Suicune, and then I'm like, all right, let's go for the Earthquake because that's the only neutral damage I could do to this thing. So we just start breaking up this core and all that stuff. I'm doing some damage, and that Suicune is so bulky, it didn't even do that much damage. So he's able to go for a Skull, and that Skull does poop damage to me. But we do get the burn in the process, which stinks. But it is what it is, and we're gonna get some burn damage here, and my torrent ability activated, so I decided just to go for a surf, see how much that does, +2, and it takes out the Suicune. Let's go, man. Let's go. Blastoise on a tear, man. So Suicune's down now, and now he goes out into Gardevoir. So Gardevoir is gonna get the Trace again, and it's gonna copy the torrent ability, and I know a surf's gonna probably take this thing out, so I decided to just go for another one instead of the Earthquake because, I mean, we're burnt, so duh. But anyways, this Gardevoir is gonna get hit with the surf, drown this thing, and down go. That's a gone Gardevoir. So now we get burn damage, and here he decides to go into Dragonite, and this Dragonite, man, oh my god, like this Dragonite was pissing me off this match. But anyway, so Dragonite comes out here, and I decided to go for the Ice Beam. I will outspeed this thing. However, he has extreme speed, and down goes my my Blastoise. So I'm like, all right, idiot what it did. And here I decided just to go into my Ampharos again, just to set up the Reflect and all that grand stuff. And we are gonna get some Stealth Rock damage. And here this thing goes for an Earthquake. I'm like, dang, man, what? He got all the moves I don't want it to have. I mean, they're common in Dragonite, so it is what it is. And down goes my Ampharos. So I'm like, all right. I'm pretty sure my Hippowdon could tank a lot of attacks, and if it does go for Outrage, I'm pretty sure we could live 1. So when we come out here shiny and clean, and we're gonna get hit with a little bit of Stealth Rocks, but we are gonna set up the Sand, and that's what really matters this match, the Sand. But anyways, here I decided to get some Stealth Rocks up. I know that he only has 2 Pokemon left, the Infinite and the Dragonite. So I decided just to go for the Stealth Rocks here. So I had a dilemma here, because I'm like, okay, if I go for the Earthquake, I can take this thing out, and my Hippowdon do not have any attack moves that can hurt the Dragonite. So I decided just to go for a Raw instead of a Earthquake on the Infinite, just to get the Stealth Rock damage on a Dragonite. But it was so complicated. But anyways, yeah, I do go for the Raw just to get some Stealth Rock damage on a Dragonite, and just continue rawing so the Dragonite don't set up on me with the Dragon Dance if it had Dragon Dance. But yeah, that's just a whole bunch of bull. But anyways, we are gonna eat some leftovers, and Dragonite is gonna get smacked with the Sand. So here I decided to go for the Earthquake. I don't know what I was thinking. So this thing is gonna hit me with an Earthquake here, and that does heaps to me, and I go for an Earthquake on my own, and that obviously it doesn't hit the Dragonite. So yeah, so we're gonna eat some leftovers, and yeah, now it's looking pretty bad because this Dragonite here is not playing any games. So here I decided to go for another Earthquake. Oh, what is my thought process this match, man? So it hits me with another Earthquake, down goes my Hippowdon. This Dragonite took 3 of my Pokemon easily, no problem. So here I decided just to go into my Venusaur now. So I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure a Sludge Bomb won't take it out, but it's gonna do a lot of damage to this thing. So here now we're at the 60-second mark, and here this Dragonite do go for an I actually outspeed the Dragonite, which is awesome. But yeah, so the Dragonite do go for the Dragon Dance here, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. This thing is gonna kill me in the last second, man. Unbelievable. So we're gonna eat some more Black Sludge here, and I'm like, all right, what can we do to get rid of this thing? And here I'm like, okay, should we switch out? Should we stay in? But let's go for another Sludge Bomb here, because now we're down to the last 30 seconds, and I don't really know what else to do. So yeah, so Yeah, this thing goes for another earthquake. And I'm like, all right, it goes for an earthquake here, and we live on 18 health. Let's go. So I'm assuming he wasn't carrying the outrage, but I'm able to hit this thing with another sludge bomb, just throw up on this guy, and that's a gone Dragonite. Woohoo! And here he decided to throw in the towel by DCing. But that's a match, guys, man. We post wins, losers, draws. And all right, guys, take it easy. I'll see you guys probably Sunday.